What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of PvP Legacy. Do you like horror games? Now, for me, I'm not really big into horror games. I hardly ever play them. If you offered me to watch a horror movie, I'd probably say no, because it's just not my fantasy. Not my stuff. However, there is a game that I saw someone play, so I guess shoutouts, what was it, IGP? that I watched play it. So yeah, I watched them play it. It's a game called Still Wakes Deep. Alright, and it's like this psychological horror, but like it really like leans into like what is this guy doing? What? No, I'm stabbing you. No. No. No, I do this all the time. I always wait for people and then I die. Alright, I'm not waiting. No wait. There is no waiting, alright? I got stuff to do, man. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet. I gotta make this video so I can eat. I should probably, like, get onto my subject, but anyway. So, yeah, Still Wakes Deep. He said GG's anyways. Let's go. What a gamer. So, Still Wakes Deep takes place on, like, this oil rig off, like, the Scottish coastline. At least that's what I assumed, or I don't remember all the details. I haven't like watched the video in a hot minute. I also like don't remember a whole lot of it because this was like forever ago. I think you should put the axe down, buddy, not gonna lie. Anyway, so Still Wakes Deep basically is you're on the ocean, so it's got like ocean fears, it's got like alien sci-fi kind of horror, and there was like this thing, right? So like the premise kind of was that you are a oil rig worker, right? You work in the electric field, you fix light bulbs and stuff like that. And the boss, right, the manager of the area, he's this really mean guy. So the manager is this really mean guy, and like no one likes him. And like, so one of the guys operating the drill is like, "Sir, this is a bad idea. There's something here. Something's not right." But the manager guy's like, "I don't care. Drill. We're behind schedule. We gotta do things right. Yeah, we gotta get things underway." And he left, bruh. And like, I don't even know myself what the entity is, but essentially, if you get corrupted by it, it turns you into like this mangled, fleshy glob with tentacles that I guess like a lot of the time tends to be like really sensitive against sound. I don't know the lore implications. I haven't played the game. I watched I watched it once. Alright, I don't remember a lot of it, but it was really cool, and he left. If you don't know what Still Wakes Deep is, or you want to check it out, or you just haven't heard of it, I'll probably leave a link to the video in the description. It's actually a really fun watch. Kind of makes me want to play it, and then I like remind myself it's a horror game, and that I'm like a coward, so I'd probably like not fare really well, but honestly, it doesn't seem that bad. Anyway, so it kind of got me thinking on like fear factors and stuff like that, right? But like because Still Wakes Deep takes primarily in the ocean, it got me thinking about like why I fear the ocean. Like out of all fears to have, I feel like fear in the ocean is like a natural fear. It's not like, oh, I had a bad experience, so I fear this. No, no, it's one of those natural things, because, like, the ocean's big, man. The ocean is everywhere. It's massive. We haven't even explored, like, barely any, like, massive percent of it. It's a massive place. Like, we don't know what's going on down there, man. We don't know if there's, like, a place that goes even deeper than the Mariana Trench. There could be giant, like, colossal crabs that just, like, roam the bottom of the ocean. Who knows? Maybe there are megalodons down there, man. Who knows? Alright, I love this place where we whack each other just to see until, like, one of us dies. Bruh, this isn't MMA, this is PvP. Come back here. Anyway, so, like, but fear in the ocean, though, it's like, I feel like that's natural, alright? I feel like a lot of people fear the ocean, and not because of, like, bad experiences, just because of the unknown. But I guess that's more of, like, a fear of the unknown than just of the ocean. But the ocean and the unknown mix so well together, like, it's actually, like, a horrifying concept, like, and Still Wakes Deep really like capitalizes off that because it's not like, oh, you're in the ocean like Subnautica where it puts the unknown fantasy and the ocean and horror together. What is he doing? What, are you just gonna spam arrows at? Well, okay, I'll use my sword if that's what you want. Why do people do this? I'm so confused. I don't understand. Why do you people do this? Why? Why? From what I noticed, like Still Wakes Deep puts more kind of narrative into it. But I guess it's more of like the story and like premise of the game than like the actual like horror factor of it. Because what the actual horror factor, because you can put as much like unknown like fantasy stuff into that as much as you want, but like that's regardless, like even for like real life stuff, it's like really like it can get pretty scary, man. Like I like scuba diving in the shallow areas. I could probably do that, but you want to take me scuba diving in like a deep area of the ocean? I'm passing out, man. All right, it gets dark down there, right? You know how dark it gets. All right. I have like natural fears like the ocean and other stuff. Like I'm not like I don't really like fear a lot of things outside of what I consider like natural, like the fear of the unknown, the fear of the ocean, stuff like that. So when you mix those two together, it's like, wow, okay, now this is real scary stuff, you know? Because like I don't think you could pay me to go. I mean, you probably could, but I don't think I'll like doing it because it gets dark down there, right? I'm not a massive fan of the dark because again of that fear of the unknown. But like if I'm in my house and it's like really dark, it's like, oh, I'm in my house. I know what's in my house. I live here. I can't get his shield because he's so sporadic. I live in my house and he left. But when you're like in an unfamiliar place, for example, let's say the ocean, and it gets dark, that's when like real fear sets in. Cause like I have no idea where I am, and it's really dark, and I don't know what's swimming around with me. That's the fear of it. It's like I don't know what's here. I don't know what could be next to me. I don't know if like an animal sees me or not. It's really dark. That's just where I nope out, man. It's like nah. See, I think logically, all right, and when it comes to horror scenarios, all right, it's like I know when to leave. All right, split up, gang. Nah, we're busting down the front door. That or breaking a window. We're leaving. All right, you have me in a haunted house. I'm breaking the nearest window to get me out. All right, I ain't dealing with all that. All right, you can't make me. All right, you can't make me stay in a haunted house so I can have a Scooby-Doo type chase down with some random guy. You can't make me. It's kind of like this thing I've noticed, that like the further you go down in the ocean, the bigger some of the creatures get. Like when you get to the point of just pure like pitch black, it's like, well, nothing's really large down there because it can't really feed off much. But like still, all right, creatures get pretty large down there. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Journey 2, where it's like they go to this mysterious island and then like all of the big animals become small, but all the small animals become big. Now imagine that, but with the ocean. Alright, you got things like crabs and giant crabs, spider crabs. Crabs are scary, man. Those beady eyes, the way they walk. It's like, could you just imagine if they were like larger? All right, could you imagine if they were like whale sized? Nah, I'd rather not be dealing with that. I just realized that I'm in a game. My bad. I kind of turned on autopilot because like everyone kept leaving the moment they joined. Like, bruh. Anyway, so like, dude, crabs the size of whales? Nah. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with all that. But it's like a really good concept though for like games and movies when you like mix just natural fears like the ocean and the fear of the unknown and just giganticize things that really should just not be giganticized, all right? I don't want to see a giant crab. That's terrifying. All right? I don't want to see it walk around. I don't want to see it look at me. And it's not like I hate crabs. I actually like crabs. I think they're pretty cool. But the reason why I like them is because they're small, all right? They're normal. All right? The bigger the crabs get, the less I like them. That's like you should not be this size. You should not be like this, like you should not be this way. Right? Like every time I see like a spider crab, it's like a terrorist has like bombed my brain, all right? This is just you should not exist, all right? You really just should not exist. But you know, I understand it's like, you know, the crab adapting to its environment and like essentially needing to be the way it is to adapt to its environment, but still I don't like it. All right? I don't like it. That's why the games like Subnautica are really cool cuz it doesn't like giganticize things, but it really does like it does a really good job of mixing the fear of the ocean and the fear of the unknown, especially for like new players who don't know things about this series or have ever, you know, never played the game. Like again, the ocean gets really dark at night and the further down you go. So when you mix that with like ambient noises, scary creatures, like it really gets there in the horror like the fear factor, the scare factor goes up tremendously. Anyway, that's gonna do it for the episode of PvP. Like, hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what your fears are. Comment them down below, and I'll comment mine. I'm not gonna do that anyway. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.